The last time? What? The last time? What? The last time? That means it's the last days. You can tell it's the last days. Come on. Isaiah 26:20. We want to show you why y'all wearing masks, and don't make a mistake about the mask, because we're not going to disrespect the Heavenly Father, especially when He gives us wisdom, knowledge. Read. It is the last time, and as ye have heard that the Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists. We got many Antichrists out here. Guess what? Guess what? Let's be real. If your pastor is not telling you that you're a Hebrew Israelite, guess what? He's an Antichrist. Right. As ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists. No, the Lord spoke on is an Antichrist. That's right. The Pope is an Antichrist. The God statues they pulled down, Billy Graham is a big white Antichrist. Right. Because why? Because they're not teaching you your true nationality. They're not teaching. Oh, I made a mistake. Y'all are the true Jews of the Bible. I'm really mad at Nick Cannon. I don't care if he says so, because he admitted it and then he took it back. Read.
Reading out the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed.
Is that not the coronavirus? I'm just saying, is that not hide yourself in your house until I pass through? We're going to get this now. Romans 1:25. Yeah, Romans 1:25. So we want to let you know, we're not out here to hate nobody. We are just out here to destroy those lying spirits. Right. That's all. Because it's a spirit to be a homosexual. Right. There's a spirit to be a rapist. There's a spirit to be a drunkard, a dope fiend, to be a murderer. Those are negative spirits. Let's go. The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Who changed the truth of the Heavenly Father? That's a black man that sent his black son to save the black people with this white, fake, freak, fraud, and a phony, a pedophile, and a murderer. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Who did that? And worship and serve the creature more than the Creator. Serve the creature what? More than the Creator. Serve the creature what? More than the Creator. Black sister, oh Jesus, 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 Jesus. Y'all gonna do that tomorrow, and y'all gonna go in your wallet and get broke, and your pastor's gonna get what they call it, a G20. A G20, Creflo dollar bill. Even the names sound wicked. Come on, read. Who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affections. They wasn't born that way. What did God do? Give them up unto vile affections. No, I was born this way. I'm a man in a lady's body. I'm a lady in a man's body. But let's see what the Heavenly Father said. What did he do? For he gave them up unto vile affections. Vile affections mean disgusting, abominable love. Just in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't know that. Read. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. You ever seen knuckle dragging females? Cock diesel, hold it up. They walk with their knuckles dragging. He gave them up to what? Unto that, the women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Now you know what the nature of a man and a woman is, and how is Ronald gonna have two mommies? Don't Ronald need a mommy and a daddy? How is Ronald gonna have two women and he's a boy? They're gonna abuse him and then he's gonna like men. Read. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust. You ever see these guys walking around the street with like butterfly wings and they walking around, they got dresses, but we got people, we gonna put them on blast.
Charles Barkley. We got Tyler Perry. Tyler Ferry. We got what's this other dude name? Who? Oh, we all of them dudes. That's how they do it. Anybody for homework today, you don't gotta believe me. Look at what the guy said. Look it up. Look it up. And go to Luke 4 and 6. They gotta do things to go against nature to make it in this world. Take them to the mountain. I'm gonna give you this, but you gotta give me that. That's nasty.
Reading out the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
Hold that up again. I'm going to use that bastard right there. I'm going to use Jesus. I'm going to wear Jesus out. Don't get mad at me. Don't mess with the messenger, but I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser.
And laid open the book of the law.
They laid open our books. Read the Bible, the Apocrypha, any book that you know is spiritual. The Greeks came, they beat us down, and they took our books, and this is what they did.
Wherein the heathen have sought to paint the likeness of their images. They brought also the priest's garments, and the first fruits, and the tithes, and the Nazarites. They stirred up.
Just stop there, just go back to the top.
Reading out the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48.
Get a good picture, because in 1492, this was the new Jesus Christ. The old one was black, brown, but he was a Negro. Our Savior.
And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
They painted everything white. Y'all heard about whitewash? Come on, this is it, my last one. They took your nationality, them fake Jew, Khazarian Greeks. Yeah, they took our likeness. Samson was black. Solomon was black. Beethoven was black. Mozart was black. They took and whitewashed us because they only want you to think that you're a black slave that only came on a boat from Africa. No, the Romans chased you out of Israel in 70 AD.
Read the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Okay, let us hear the conclusion of what I said, what the brother before me said, what the brother before me said, what the other brother around the world is saying, what the brother after me is going to say. Read it from the top.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God. Fear God. Fear God. And keep His commandments.
The Bible says shalom. I'm going to let the next person speak. Hope you got something out of my message. All praises, Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala.
So give the brother a round of applause. We say shalom, shalom, brothers, shalom, sisters. As a nation of people, we just have to give God thanks, man. Can? Yeah. We just have to give the Most High thanks. And glory to the Most High, Yahweh and Yahushai. My name is Batatua, in charge of correspondent for the Mashara Yashala. So the Mashara like keep out this event, man. Just give all brothers and sisters a round of applause for coming out, man. Understand, man? Because what we're actually saying here, we testify against America, man. Because America is finished, brothers and sisters. This is finished. It's our time now. It's Israelite time, right? Because what? Everybody talk about Black Lives Matter, but we not on that homosexual agenda parade, man. We talk about the elect, the children of Israel who are willing to return back to the Most High. Their life matter.
That's right.
And we denounce the so-called white man for being a Hebrew or a Jew. We denounce it. And we, the Mashara Yashala, standing here, we will not apologize for it.
That's right.
You understand? And guess what? We will never apologize for anything we say about this devil, man, this demons. We ain't going to apologize, brothers. Read what you have for me, brother. Go in the scripture.
Reading out the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
But the Most High is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil.
So what the Most High is up? The Most High is faithful, man. And the Most High gonna establish us as a nation of people and keep us from evil. But Nick Cannon never see that one, right? Nick Cannon see the so-called white man go and keep him. Because that's the worst thing he could have done, brothers and sisters, man, is to turn his back on his God.
That's right.
Turn his back on his people.
That's
Turn his
right.
back on his nationality, man.
That's right.
What was it to apologize for?
That's right.
What is there to apologize for when you say the so-called white man is not the Jews?
That's right.
But guess what, brothers and sisters? All nations, apart from America and England, say the so-called white man is not the Jews. Do you know that? Name one African country who said the so-called people in the land are Israelites, are Jews. Name one Arab country who said those so-called white people are Israelites. Remember a couple of years ago, Obama signed that bill that they were, what you say, Ben, squatters? They were squatters. They were nothing but squatters. Trump was mad. White America was mad. You understand me? So only country push these people being Jews is America and England, man. That's why we said death, destruction, and bloodshed to America, man, and England. Right. Look at it. This is America capital. Look at it.
Right.
It's a dead zone.
Right.
Because this is the Most High showing you this thing is done. Right? Read that from the top again, huh?
Reading out the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
But the Most High is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil.
Read.
Verse 4. And we have confidence in the Most High.
And we do what?
And we have confidence in the Most High.
And we do what?
And we have confidence in the Most High.
No, we do what?
And we have confidence in the Most High.
That's why we can stand up here and say death to America, man.
Right.
Most of you other black people, you can't do that. You know why? Because you do not have confidence in the God of Israel, man. Read verse 4 from the top, right?
Verse 4. And we have confidence in Yahweh.
And we do what?
And we have confidence in Yahweh.
What Israel do?
We have confidence in Yahweh.
What Israel do?
We have confidence in Yahweh.
Get me Psalms 149, eh? You understand me? As a nation of people, we have confidence from the Most High. Hold what you have. Hold it. Get Job 9:24. You understand me? As a nation of people, we have confidence that the Most High is going to burn this place, brothers and sisters. We have confidence that the white man can be in slavery. The white man is a vagabond on this earth. He torments every nation. Just this week, they come out with a news that Russia paying Taliban to kill white American soldiers. He approve of it? So he approved with something that Russia did something wrong for the first? Oh, he agree with it. Okay. So if Russia paying Taliban to kill American soldier, what the purpose of American soldier in Afghan, man? You say you went for Bin Laden and you kill him in Pakistan, but you're still in Afghanistan. You understand me? So that to show you, America is a great tormentor of this earth, man. And with that, we have confidence that the Most High, the power of Israel, Yahweh, gonna destroy this country, man.
That's right.
So it's best interest for you so-called black man, black woman, Hispanic, and native people to repent, man, and come back to your God. We don't have long leave on this earth. Look at this city capital. You see homosexual flags there? They have this as what, the Black Lives Plaza or whatever they want to call it. So after 400 years of slavery, they give you a street named Black Lives Matters, which the President of America don't approve of. Because if this Black Lives Matters, when the black people was out here, he sent for what? The military and them, man. So does black life really matter? Brothers and sisters, the only way we going to get anything in this country, man, we have to put the white man in slavery, man. Right. We cannot rule this earth with him. The white man is a great destroyer of us as a nation of people, man. We cannot trust him. And we're not going to beg him for his freedom. We're not begging this devil for his freedom. We're going to take our freedom, man. We're going to take it. Because the Canaan problem was the money was his freedom. But we cannot go back to Zion with the white man and our money, man. We're going back to shekels and golds and silver. For years, the so-called white people be gathering these golds, man. Right? Look in England. Look in England. They have all these golds. America, all these golds. They store it in for us, brothers. When we leave Egypt, didn't we leave with their golds and everything? So let them gathering all it for us, man. Because when we go back to Zion, that's what we're gonna use there. We ain't want to see Benjamin Franklin, George Washington. All these is a bunch of homosexual, man. Pedophile and rapists and murderers, man. Right? Read what you have for me, eh?
Reading out the book of Psalms, chapter 149 and verse 6. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand.
So why is the two-edged sword going to be in our hand? Remember, Yahweh Shai said in Matthew 10:34, he don't come to send peace on this earth, brothers. So we have to think like our enemy now, man. Marching never solved no problem. Martin Luther King show you that, man. So we have to think like our enemy now. When America want their freedom from England, did America march for it? No. How did America get their freedom when they want it from England? They go to what?
War.
They go to what? War. And in war, what did America do to get it? They shed blood.
That's right.
So for our freedom, it's just fear, we shed blood. Didn't the Mosai go into Egypt and shed blood? When the Mosai went into Egypt, he killed every firstborn in that land for you. So you think in this kingdom now, you're going to get freedom and don't shed the white man blood.
Right.
And the white woman too.
Right.
You understand me? The white woman too, and the little white children, they weren't going to slavery, man. So we ain't gonna have no more school shooting and no more evil atrocity done in America, man.
Right.
Because they talk about black on black crime. Who giving the black man the gun? Who teaching black people to hate themselves? When they gave us Christianity, what you think that was?
White supremacy. Right.
White supremacy at the highest, man. And Donald Trump talk about he gonna do for blacks what no other president do in America. Oh, do for America, man. Make America great, Donald Trump, because this is a sinking ship, man.
That's right.
This is a sinking ship. And you know why it's a sinking ship? Because the Most High have elect on the earth, man, that willing to stand up to the oppressor now, man. Look him in his face. Cause remember I tell it, don't look in my face. We can't call him the devil the Bible speak of now, man.
Right.
Because what? We have confidence, brother. We ain't our foreparents. We ain't our foreparents. This is a different generation they're looking at, man. You understand me? And we will not apologize to this white devil.
Right.
We will never apologize to him. Never, ever. And Nick Cannon apologized to the Jewish man. What a disgrace to your nation. What a disgrace to your race. You let them entire nation, Nick Cannon. They have you unwilding out. Make you being up there being a comedian, a fool of yourself. You're up there being a coon. And then you have people, leave Nick Cannon alone. I bet you do the same thing he do. You understand me?
You didn't count the cost, man.
Look at that cracker there. You think I'd apologize to that cracker there? You understand? Listen, brothers. Get me Psalms 137 now. Drop Job 9:24. Everybody know that. Get me Psalms 137, man. Because the time you take to apologize to white people, the Bible tells you how to deal with white people, man. The Bible tells us how to deal with all nations, man. Yesterday you have some fool out here talking about white life matter. For what? Slavery? That's what white life matter for? Right? Get me about verse 5. Read what you have. Continue to read.
Reading out the book of Psalms, chapter 149 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hands, to execute vengeance upon the heathen.
So what the Most High saying want the black man to do?
Execute vengeance upon the heathen.
What the Most High saying want the children of Israel to do?
To execute vengeance upon the heathen.
And why the Most High want vengeance against white people, man? Look in America, man. When God was here, it was fruit trees. It was bison, buffalo. The land was green. The land going through distress now, man. Because Satan is here. Show me a fruit tree in America, brothers and sisters. As far as you run and go, show me. Everywhere this man go is destruction and curse.
That's right.
God!
So the thing we have to do now is exterminate white people off this earth. There's like a bunch of cockroaches. And as my job as correspondent, we're going to spread that message in the four corners of this earth, man. This great oppressor, this great disease, this great cancer must go, man. The oppressor of all nations and the hurt must go. And for the rest of the nation who watched slavery go down and never said nothing, destruction is coming to them too, brothers and sisters. Read on.
Verse 6. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen.
Read.
And punishments upon the people.
So somebody have to be punished, man. I said, what is boy named Ben? What they sentenced to prison for 3 years and Trump give him pardon? Yeah, the white boy. What's his name? Mullah or something like that? Some case they say lied to Congress and he gave 3 years in prison and Trump come out and say, that's such a terrible thing they do. He pardoned him. If Epstein is pardoned too, right? Epstein is pardoned too on some island because all of them mix up with Epstein. The Clintons, the Trump, Bill Clinton, well, also see him, look like Satan, right? Guess what? He going to be in one of your cotton field. He ain't too old to pick cotton, brothers. That's the thing with black people, man. That's why Zakwan was saying, man, black men love everybody but themselves, man. You love and you show pity to everybody but yourself, man. This is time we have to love ourselves. Let we love ourselves and stop the murdering with black people in our community.
That's right.
Let we love ourselves and start networking with ourselves. Let we love ourselves and separate from this white man, man.
That's right.
Read on, I know.
Verse 8. To bind their kings with chains.
To bind their what?
To bind their kings with chains.
So why the Most High want these white rulers to be bound in chains? Why the Most High want to see them in chains? Sis, do you know why the Most High want to see these white people in chains? The elites. Wouldn't it be nice Donald Trump in chain? Would you agree with that, sis? Yes. But if Donald Trump in chain, guess what? Joe Biden have to be in chains too. So we're not here blasting Trump and Representative to Democrat. Because Joe Biden signed that bill, right? I hear Joe Biden said, you think I'm going to pay somebody for what they did 300 years ago?
Right.
Guess what? I agree with him. You cannot pay me money with white people on it for something that your ancestors did 3 years ago.
Right.
Because what we're going to do, our payment is blood. That's the payment we want. So Joe Biden with his old-timers ass, he's going in slavery, man.
That's right.
And his wife or son, somebody died for him, right? Guess what? We're going to raise them back and put them in slavery again. So that's why we can stand up confidently, man, and say, death to America, man. Destruction, man. Death to America. 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 Death to all white people, man. Death to all white people, man. Destruction and plague, man. That's why I read the Psalms. David said, man, let Satan be at their right hand, man.
That's right. Wake him up.
But you black people, you disappoint me, man. Marching for Black Lives Matter, then I see you celebrating the white man Independence Day, man. We can't have that mentality, black man and black woman, man. Especially the younger black woman out of order, man. So when you black man get a woman to deal with, it's your duty to put that woman in order, man. Because the woman is out of line, man. She drunk with this wine of Babylon, man. So you brothers get a woman, it's your duty to put that black woman in order. Because when you get her, she's a nigger woman. So it's your duty to make that black woman now be the daughter of Zion, man.
That's right.
Have our people out there celebrating Independence Day while the white man in America murdering our people, man. What's wrong with you, man? Finish up, I know.
Verse 8, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This
Drop that. Get me Daniel 7:14. Read for me, huh?
The book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
So even David saying, the Most High must remember the children of the wicked one.
That's right.
The children of Edom, man.
That's right.
The children of this devil, man. Remember them. Remember. Put this white man in your head, brothers and sisters, man. Put him in your head, man. Remember David kicked some of them off a cliff, man? Put them in your head, man. I see white women adopting little boy, dress them up like girls, man.
Right.
Put these white devils in your head, man. Remember them.
That's right.
Read on.
In the day of Jerusalem.
In the day of who?
Jerusalem.
Of who?
Jerusalem.
So we're not going to pay the white man for what he do to the Arabs. We're paying him back for what he do to the children of Israel, man.
That's right.
We're paying him for what he do. Yakanan, come and hold up the slave sign for me. Just take off the box a little, hold up the sign for me. Read that from the top again, now. Come for me. Hold it up. Read.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, Rasit, Rasit.
So that's what this devil said. Destroyed. Destroyed. Isn't he in our land? The devil put fear in black people, not to say the Israelite, man.
Right.
For I can't be saying he's a Muslim for 50 years.
Right.
Nobody have problem with Farrakhan says Muslim for 50 years. I see everybody in my family be Christians for the last 400 years.
Right.
Nobody have a problem with my grandmother be a nice Baptist lady. Go to church, give pastor her tithes and offering, and quote John 3:16. Nobody have a problem with that. I see black people being Buddha now. Meditate, brother, meditate. I go out of body. Nobody have that. Even the Chinese have a problem with that. I see polite said the black woman is God, but robbing the black woman, right? Nobody said polite, the black woman is not God. Only Hebrew Israelites said polite, you need a slap up your head, man. Who's saying that? But as soon as a black man said, I'm the child of God, I'm the children of Israel, it's a big conspiracy. You don't see something wrong, brothers? So guess what? We're going to keep the conspiracy going, right? We're going to keep it going, right? We're going to keep it going. We're going to show up at your UN building too.
That's right.
The UN is when? In November. We're going to take it there.
Hallelujah.
If it's a conspiracy, at the end of the day, just like Elijah said, let me see who God is with. If it's a conspiracy, prove us wrong, Mr. Whiteman. That's all we want. Prove us wrong. Because we're telling the white man, let the Most High children go. So if it's a liar conspiracy, prove us wrong. That's all you have to do, Mr. Whiteman. Prove us wrong. Read.
Even to the foundation thereof, O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed.
So even David saying this thousands of years, man, all white people don't want to be destroyed, man. Right? Two more scriptures and I wish I come on, read.
Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us.
Read.
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Do what with this devil?
Dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
No, do what? No. Gentle Jesus, meek and mild. Look at the white baby. Look, he's beautiful, huh? But what the Most High said?
Dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Listen, young brothers, I see a lot of you here. When I just come in the truth, many moons ago, I never had that spirit on me. I was like, the Most High don't put us that on you to do nothing. But short years and oppression, guess what I'll do now? Read about that.
Read out.
With years and oppression and fighting for black liberation, fighting for Israel revolution. Guess what we'll do now? Because liberation is a must for us, man. What will we do now?
Dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
it is a easy thing to do now.
That's right.
It's easy to do now. It's very easy to do. Not even second thought, not even think about it. Like Trump, every time I see Trump, I see somewhere in Alaska, tie his ass out there in snow and looking at him through the window, go smack him up and come back looking through the window. That's what I see, brothers. Because the oppression of so-called white people in this country is terrible, man. In America, the Constitution said we're not even a citizen. So why are they taking tax from us? The Constitution of America said we're 3/5 of a human being. So why we fill up their prison? America, your foreparents said a horse can think better than us. Do you believe that? You believe that? Do you believe a horse can think better than us? Yes? She don't understand what's going on here, man, because she don't want to be stoned today. Do you?
I don't have my hearing aid.
You don't have your hearing aid?
So I didn't hear what you said.
All right, I'm going to ask you again. You hearing what I'm saying now?
Yes.
In the American Constitution, do you hear that? Repeat after me.
The American Constitution,
They said
they said,
a horse
a horse,
can think better than a black man. Do you believe that?
no.
Why you don't believe that? Your forefathers believe it. God bless the forefathers, right? Your forefathers believe it. So you don't believe that, right? So let me ask you the next question. Where are you from?
Arlington,
Where?
Virginia,
Virginia. So
Arlington,
you're born and raised.
in the area.
Okay, so your parents did have slaves in America.
Right.
Before parents was a slave owner, right? Because Virginia slavery was hard, boy. I still have whip on my back thinking about Virginia and slavery. So your poor parents owned slaves, right?
My foreparents were very poor, so they didn't have slaves.
No, every house in the 17th century in America have a nigger on it. You didn't have to be rich to have a slave. What are you talking about? We give you 400 years of free labor. You understand me? Next question. Do you believe the so-called black man is superior to the so-called white race? In every way possible.
I believe they're the same.
You believe they're the same?
Like the white race and the black race.
You believe this was equality?
Oh, no, no. I believe now. I believe that all humans are
You believe all the human are equals. But in American Constitution, they say we're not a human being. So we have to denounce that.
three-fifths of a person. Nothing at all. Our history has shown that to be inherently not the case.
So do you think no, if it's not the case, you think no, it's time where so-called black people should be upset and take revenge?
Yes.
So you think we should take revenge?
Well,
No, be honest. Do you think we should take revenge for this? Because guess what? How old are you?
old enough to be your mother, probably
I know, that's what I'm asking you. How old are you?
68.
So you're 68 years old. My grandmother was 68 once. You know what happened to her? She was raped by your grandfather. My mother was 68 once. You know what she was doing? She was in your house making food, giving free labor for your ancestors.
That's right.
So I'll ask you again. Do you think, you said all men were created, you believe all men